for this event, none other than the co-owner, the co-producer.
My name's Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching Access TV.
Everything together while taking care of the kids, making sure that the executive director has time for us and still be able to eat and have a warm place to sleep. And am I missing anything? That's none other than Nyesha McCauley. Please put your hands together. Trust me, without her, he could not.
Thank you, Arjo, and I want to thank everyone for being here today. Like Arjo stated, this is the first annual Access TV Producer Awards, and so we're just excited to be able to do this because everyone has their humble beginning story, right? Motown, Berry Gordy has his humble beginning story. Bill Gates has his humble beginning story. Steve Jobs, I could go on and on of all these people that we know have gone on to great success. They can reach back and tell their humble beginning story. So everyone in this room is going to be a part of our story of Access TV and our humble beginnings because from here on out, I believe that this is only going to grow. And it's only going to grow for two reasons. As you all know, everyone has their smartphone with them and able to access all kinds of different media right on your smartphone. And that's just the way things are going, where no longer are you glued or tied to your television set at home, but you can take it on the road with you. And so what we're doing at Access TV is giving you that opportunity to keep it local, but still take it on the road. We're giving the voice to the community. And that's never gonna change. You're never gonna not wanna hear what's happening in your neighborhood because that's where you live. It's okay to hear about what's happening in Afghanistan, but what's happening on Albany Avenue? Because that's where I live. So that never changes. And so Access TV is just in a prime position to just grow from here. So you are all a part of our humble beginning story. So give yourselves a hand for that. So we are here to award the producers who really are the backbone of Access TV. The time and commitment everyone puts into it is really recognized by myself and Stan, but you are recognized by the greater Hartford community. And I think, Arjo, if we had this maybe when it wasn't sub-zero outside, we would have opportunity for the producers really to see the kind of impact that you're having on the community. Because I hear about it. If you don't hear the feedback, I'll tell you right now, I hear about the impact that you are making in the community. You're giving people information that they would not receive otherwise. There is no other place to really reach into what is happening at City Hall, or what's happening in your NRZ, what's happening in your community. There's really no other outlets where people get to hear the kind of information that you only get on Access TV. Truly, you only get it on Access TV. So I commend you all for just committing all of your time and your energy to Stan's vision here. And it is really his vision. I won't say I'm his better half. I'll say I compliment him. So what we wanted to do is just quickly recognize who was in the room, and then we're going to bless the food and we can eat, and then hand out the awards to the producers. Is that all right with everybody? Okay, so we have Achieve Hartford, which I produce. It is an organization that I work for, and we are an education advocacy organization fighting to make sure that the reform efforts that have started in Hartford continue on and are maintained. So we produce a monthly show just talking about that. But we also have All About You with Jonathan Small. Jonathan's in the room. All Politics is Local, Arjo. Board of Education meetings, Stan McCauley is responsible for those. Candid Conversations with Daryl Fitzgerald. Everything is Health with Dr. Helen Newton. Make It Happen with Pamela Wright. Miss Cleo's Storytelling Corner. 8-minute Bible study with Nyesha McCauley. Then and Now with Jim Amon, and I believe we have representatives here representing Jim Amon. W4 News, Nyesha McCauley. Are we missing, where's Evelyn? Oh, okay. Okay. Evelyn Richardson didn't want to not recognize her, but that show is For the Greater Good with Evelyn Richardson. And so I think that's all the producers who are here right now. There are more. There's 30 some odd producers who are currently producing shows on Access TV, but we just want to recognize who was here in the room. And we're gonna ask right now that Miss Cleo would come and assist us in blessing the food. And we're going to start eating.
Let us pray. Thank you, Lord, for this wonderful, wonderful gathering and day. Thank you for allowing all of us to be here and to witness our work, and we appreciate the people who have come to see us and to talk to us and to celebrate with us. And we say, gracious Lord, make us truly thankful for what we are about to receive and nourishment for our bodies. Christ's sake, amen.
So we are going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to ask Barbara to come up and assist me. Okay. Because we have some awards to hand out, but please continue to eat. Help yourself, right, Arjo? Can I invite people to seconds and thirds, I guess, right? Okay, so they're all labeled. Okay. All right. Wow, do we have a drum roll? No, they don't do that drum roll. Okay. Okay. So the voting was done on accesstv.org. Viewers were invited to go and log on and cast their vote for some very creative categories. So one of the first categories, viewers cast 691 votes to determine the 3 shows worth sharing. The envelope, please. Okay, let's see. And in third place, Miss Cleo's Storytelling Corner. Do we have time for each producer to say a few words? What? Oh no. Okay, wait. Somebody help me out here. No, don't go back. Don't go back. Hold on. Hold that. Stay right there. Here. Say. So what happened?
Well, I really wasn't expecting this. Actually, I thought Ajo was going to clean up. So I am very surprised, and oh, thank you very much for watching my show.
Okay, we have a second place in this category, and that's Candid Conversations with Daryl Fitzgerald.
I wasn't really expecting this one because when I looked at the tally of the votes, I thought I was in fourth place. But I really appreciate this, and I really appreciate everybody watching my show. Thank you.
So in the category of worth sharing, there's also a top 3 in that category. The Board of Ed meetings was one of them, and they're not here, so I'll accept that on their behalf. And then there's the 8-minute Bible study with Stan McCauley, Pastor Stan McCauley. I'll just accept that on his behalf. And then with the highest total, 344 votes. All politics is local. So that makes you the #1 show most worth sharing.
You know, it's been, Stanford's talked to me about coming on. I said, you know, politics is a kind of boring subject. I'm not sure that people will really be able to be, you know, tuned in and connected to it. But we had a way of connecting politics to where people live, like Nyesha said earlier, and Stan is so good at making sure that whatever we do is connected back to the community. So thank you, Stan.
Okay, in the next category, we had a total of 707 votes cast to determine, or 701 votes cast to determine the show with the best concept. And in third place, we have 8-minute Bible study. In second place, Candid Conversations with Daryl Fitzgerald. Best show concept. What is Candid Conversations about? If you could just let everyone know who is not familiar with the program.
Candid Conversations with Daryl is a show where we go in depth. We ask the hard questions that our viewers want to hear. And it's just a voice for the people. And it's a show for the people, by the people, of the people. And we're not afraid to deal with real topics. And maybe some topics that are controversial. But we try to educate the community in terms of how we deal with each topic. So I'm just happy.
And in that same category, best show concept, we have a top 3, and Then and Now with James Amon. Congratulations. Anything on behalf of Jim Amon?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, guys. My name's Dave Pacelli. I worked as a producer on one of the shows with Jim, and he just he's deeply appreciative of all the work Stan has helped out with the show and how much awareness is brought to this issue that Jim worked in office and out of office. So thank you so much for this award.
Also coming in that the top 3 in best show concept, OEG Unscripted with Reese and Grace. They're not here tonight, so I'll accept that on their behalf. But coming in at 381 votes, All Politics is Local. All right, Arjo.
I don't listen. I'm sorry. This is so hard to just grab it all in, because again, when you start talking to people about, just say politics, the word, it's tough for people, but when you can relate it to their lives and where they live, it makes the world of a difference. So thank you all.
And again, the votes were cast on Access TV and also on Facebook. You were able to hear about it. So these are our true votes from viewers. Like these are Viewers' Choice Awards. So in our next category, we have the most informative. And coming in third place, 8-Minute Bible Study. I'll accept that on your behalf. And second place in the most informative category, Daryl Fitzgerald, Candid Conversations. What makes your show so informative?
Well, I do research. I mean, before I actually come on air, I make sure I research the topics and try to provide some statistical or data information that's relevant to people. I'm just so happy because I do realize that there are people watching my show clear across the United States and in the world. And I'm happy to know that there are people watching the show in Chicago, in New York, in New Jersey, in California, Philly, and so I'm just Raleigh, the Carolinas, I'm in Georgia. I'm just really happy that people appreciate the show when I'm trying to bring it forward. Thanks a lot.
Okay, and so in the top 3 in this category, we have Grassroots Business Journal. Paul Willis is the producer of that show. He's not here, so I'll accept that on his behalf. In this category also, W4 News, Nyesha McCauley. That's 333 votes for W4 News. But the top vote getter and most informative is All Politics is Local. In the most informative category. But, that's 378 votes. Wow. That's 378 votes. So again, viewers were given the opportunity to vote in each of these categories. So those are some real votes, Arjo.
Wow. I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I guess like most Academy Award, you start counting. Okay, so Daryl and I are tied right now. So when's that tie going to be broken and which way is it going to break? I guess. But I'm just so happy because I enjoy what I do. And like Daryl, we don't just get on All Politics is Local and talk about any and everything. We actually do research the issues and find out what is going on in and around us. And I always am tuned into Channel 63, MSNBC, to find out what's going on nationally. So we share, real events in real time, what's happening in our world. And thank you all so much.
Okay, in our next category, 719 votes were cast to determine the show with the best guests. Very, very creative category. I don't have that one. Oh, this is you got it, Barbara. So let's see who had the best guests. Coming in third place, Miss Cleo's Storytelling Corner. Third place. Oh, look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. Congratulations.
Well, wow. I run into my guest. Wherever I am, I try to find a guest, and my ultimate goal is to get more people reading and get more children reading. So I try to make the show I start out with children. How can you influence our children to read? And so they come on the show, and that's their goal. How can we influence the children to read? And it goes over to adults. and how can we help parents help their children to read. So I am just very grateful. Thank you very much.
And second place in this category of Best Guest, Candid Conversations, Daryl Fitzgerald. This is exciting because, congratulations, got some good guests.
This is a labor of love doing these shows. I want to thank some of the producers that's here tonight, because if it wasn't for them, I would not have even been inspired to do my own show. So I want to thank Jonathan Small, and I want to thank Pamela Wright. I also want to thank J. Stan McCauley, because if it wasn't for J. Stan McCauley, none of us would be in this room right now. And he's like the hardest working man that I know, period. I kind of compare him to James Brown, or compare him to Don Cornelius or someone like that, because he works tirelessly effort. So I really appreciate the opportunity, J. Stan McCauley, to allow me to be able to be a part of your network. I really appreciate it.
Okay, so there's the top 3 that round out the best guests, and in this one category, Arjo's not number 1, but she is a part of this group. So Arjo, you're part of the top 3 for best guests, but you didn't get number 1 in this category.
Listen, I'm just happy to be in that category. I think like say Gerald and I are like neck and neck. But the thing is, you know what, when you start talking about the political issues, everybody's not willing to share their issues. So you can talk to people one-on-one and find out what's going on in the political arena, but trying to get them to come up, you know, in this day and age where everything is recorded, people don't want to be held to the letter of the law for every single thing that they say, exactly how they say it. So it's a tough place to get, you know, audiences. So I'm glad to even place in this category.
And we have coming in, rounding out second in this top 3, Pamela Wright. Make it happen. Best guest.
Wow. Thank you. I want to interview you too, Lorna. I see you all over the place, honey. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much, and I appreciate you watching my show. Thank you, Nyesha, and thank you, Stan. If Stan didn't ask me on Access TV, I wouldn't be there. Thank you both.
Okay, and rounding out the top 3 best guests with 300 votes, Jonathan Small. All about you. And I must say, you know, if I had a second honor to give you, I would give it to Jonathan. Jonathan has some awesome guests. Please check out his show.
Well, first of all, I definitely got to give credit to Stan for coming up with this whole idea 3 years ago to come up with this format, and it's given me an opportunity to be able to do something that I really enjoy doing. And it seems like getting guests on your show is real simple and real easy, but believe me, it's not that simple, you know. And I think it all got started when I got Curtis Lee Robinson on as my first guest. I knew once I was able to get somebody at that level, then I knew I would have a good chance of getting other good guests on the show. So very happy to get the first award underneath your belt, and just keep on watching all of our programs on accesstv.org. Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, so we have the most entertaining category. And in that category, we have coming in third place, Shaping the Next Generation. That is a show produced by Blue Hill Civic. So I will accept that on their behalf. They are not joining us this evening. Second place in the most entertaining category is Candid Conversations with Daryl Fitzgerald.
This one's a surprise to me as well. But I just want to thank everyone for watching the show. Keep telling your friends, your family, clear across the United States of America to watch the show. Okay? We have a wonderful lineup prepared for 2015. The best is yet to come.
So in our top 3 category of most entertaining show, coming in with a whopping total of 210 votes, Lorna's Corner. Wait, take a selfie. Take a selfie. No, sorry.
Now, this is truly a surprise because I was really bad at promoting and sharing. I have to be honest, but I'm very thankful, and I love the fact that I was talking with Lou Brown right before we came here, and we were talking about you, Stan, and just talking about the fact that Stan has continued to progress and work really hard, and how it's very important that we have community television, community radio, and we have a level of control over what's put out and what we show and what we say and what we do, because otherwise other people are controlling and giving messages that aren't always beneficial to us. So I just want to say thank you and keep doing what you're doing, and accesstv.org, and you have a nice wife.
Congratulations. And rounding out our most entertaining with 350 votes. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed second. 236 votes, Miss Cleo, Storytelling Corner. And I must say, my 2 daughters did a Christmas special with Miss Cleo, and I found that to be quite entertaining.
I just want to say thank you once again, and keep watching Miss Cleo's Storytelling Corner.
All right, top vote getter in the most entertaining category. I was about to give it away, but it goes to our Joe, All Politics is Local, 350 votes. Now, what makes All Politics is Local entertaining?
Let me tell you, sometime when we come to the program, because we're Monday night at 8 o'clock at 8. So let me tell you, and I wouldn't even be a good politician if I didn't tell everybody in this room, 1, that I'm running for Hartford City Council, 2, that I need your support, and that anybody want to make a financial contribution on behalf of All Politics is Local, I got donation forms in my purse. So I said I'd be a very bad politician if I didn't tell you all those things while hosting All Politics is Local. So what makes it very entertaining, sometimes Stan is like very, tired, and he's sitting over there. So I gotta keep Stan awake. So while I'm keeping him awake, I'm keeping everybody else entertained. And I'm really surprised and happy. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm so excited that people really enjoy, what I do. It means a lot to me. So when it means a lot to me, that it means a lot to other people. So this is so encouraging for 2015.
All right, in our next category, we have a most encouraging category. And I love our categories because they really are descriptive of the kind of programs that Access TV is bringing to the community. So coming in 3rd place, most encouraging Candid Conversations, Daryl Fitzgerald. Did you know you were all these things?
I guess it's encouraging because we have a voice, and we have a voice that no one else can control it.
Second place, most encouraging, goes to the face of sickle cell, Virginia Patiller. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, I have to say, this is a surprise in a way. Stan had to tell me a little bit about you're getting an award. So I had to tell that one. But I have to say that if you have watched, this is probably a topic that most people don't talk about, and that's sickle cell. We know it's in the community, and it's still thriving, and it's alive, and I don't know if any of you here even know your own status, but it's something that we all need to know, that we do have over 1,600 people in the state of Connecticut living with this disease. So I feel honored to receive this on behalf of those people. Thank you.
So in the top 3 and most encouraging, we have 8-minute Bible study. Pastor Stan, I will accept that on your behalf. Second vote, highest vote getter, the challenge with Brian Johnson. He's not here this evening, so I'll accept that on his behalf. But we do have a top place vote getter with 383 votes. All politics is local. Most encouraging? How can this one show be encouraging, entertaining?
Wow. You know what, I think it must be encouraging, maybe because people realize what their commitment is, what you can do. People don't understand how they have an actual influence in politics, so maybe we do a good job at saying, yes, your vote does count, and yes, you should get involved. And if you don't like something, then not only should you go to vote for it, but sometimes you need to vote against it. So maybe people are encouraged that they can actually really have a voice in the process.
All right, most encouraging. And maybe it's also because, Arjo, you always have a timely word for all of your viewers. You are very encouraging. So our next category, best host. What did the viewers say? So coming in third place, best host is 8-minute Bible study. Nyesha McCauley, I will accept that on your behalf. Second place, Everything is Health, Dr. Helen Newton, best host.
Well, I want to say thank you. I am very surprised. I got used to my chair right there. I wasn't expecting to get up, but I do thank you. I was on a bit of a hiatus, but I'm back now, and so this is really inspiring for me to really get back and do more things about health. So thank you.
All right, our top 3 vote getters in the best host category. Okay, yeah. Miss Cleo, Storytelling Corner. You are loved. You are loved. Come accept your award. Congratulations. In that top 3 category, Candid Conversations with Daryl Fitzgerald. $290 votes.
I just try to relate to the people and treat people where I want to be treated. I guess that makes a difference.
And rounding out the top best host category with 429 votes, Arjo Winch.
You know what, I have to say that I think that this started out with me in the military. I was a drill instructor. So as you get accustomed to, instructing people, you can kind of feel what people would sense into and the things that they need to hear or things that they might be missing or stuff that they want to hear or be engaged in. So I just try to channel everything that I do to not only trying to spread the message, but also not bore people in trying to deliver.
So in this category, 1,419 people cast their vote for their favorite show on Access TV. This needs a drum roll. Oh my goodness. Who's the favorite? Who's the favorite? Okay. Red suit. Coming in third place, favorite show, 8-Minute Bible Study with Nyesha McCauley. Probably should say something, I guess, at some point. Okay. Second place, favorite show, We Sing.
Wow, I'm surprised. I don't know if you do know, but if you don't know, We Sing is a show that features the power of praise and worship in its purest form. It's not downloaded, it's not pre-recorded. And every Sunday I'm in a different church. And yes, Jonathan, right? Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah, it's getting into a church and going past the secretaries to get to the pastor to actually get into and well, we're not ready this week. It's challenging, but I wouldn't have it any other way. It's given me the opportunity to see praise and worship in many different forms. Pentecostal, Baptist, black church, Spanish church, white church, mixed church, all different denominations, but one silver lining, and that is Jesus is Lord. Thank you.
Okay, so we have top 3 in the favorite show category, and Achieve Hartford, which is the organization that I am from and am the co-host on, we garnered 469 votes. So, yay me! Okay, so coming in at 596 votes in the top favorite show category, Daryl Fitzgerald, Candid Conversations.
Well, the labor of love that's involved with this show is really immense because I work at night and I work third shift. And being a producer, it's almost like having a second job. You have like a second part-time job. And as as Marcus said and Jonathan said, there's a lot of work, getting the hosts every week or for every show. The fact that there's such a labor of love involved, and that I just really want to thank Lord God, Jesus Christ, for the strength that He's given me to be able to do this show. Because it says, like, through Him, I can do all things, but without Him, I am nothing. So I just want to thank the Lord God for this award, and that the people really enjoy my show. They like my show. So I'm very thankful.
Okay, and the top vote getter in the top 3 favorite shows, coming in at 641 votes, it's the Lady in Red.
I'm starting to feel bad. It's like people at my table, when she started making the announcement, they looking at me and I'm like, why are you looking at me? But you know what? I thank God, because like Gerald said, without Him, we can do absolutely nothing. But with Him, we can do all things. So I'm so great that All Politics is Local is one of those things that I can do through Him.
So we have some other special categories that we just wanted to recognize. So I am going to ask the executive producer to make the presentation for the following. Longest running, most on-air personality, most views on Access TV, most views on YouTube, special recognition Access TV Community Service Award, and also Producer of the Year. So we are going to do what we do in the McCauley household and switch gears. So I will step behind the camera, and I'm going to turn the microphone over to J. Stan McCauley.
All right. You know, my wife is not bashful. And she had it really throttled back. You know, the yay me, you know, you should see her around the house. You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea.
Apologize to the people who are there with you, but he really does need to get this. If you don't mind, could you just spare him for just have a second?
That's my pocket butler. All right. I'm going to do this one first because this is something that I have wanted to do for a long time and now actually can do. Where? Oh. Oh, there they are. I remember Arjo said, I'm going to put these back here. Okay. Never underestimate the power of a good night's sleep. Never underestimate the power. All right, I want to do this one first because I've always wanted to do this, but never really had the occasion or the opportunity. So I'm gonna push this one to my first one. Because I know that this person is, I wouldn't say they're shy, but they don't like the limelight. And that's our Community Service Award. He thought he was here to do some photographs, but he came just in time. Ladies and gentlemen, you really need to stand up for this because no one works harder covering Hartford than Andy Hart. So we give him the AccessTV.org Community Service Award. I tried to surprise you. I didn't want to.
Thank you very much, Stan and everyone. Glad I just got here, so thank you very much. This is quite a surprise.
Yeah, Andy, I mean, he's everywhere. I mean, he's taking pictures everywhere and he's covering the community events, and nobody does it like Andy Hart. And so I've always said, you know, every year we're going to give another, I can almost tell you who they're going to be. You know, you got 20-year veterans on community radio and all these people who are out there doing stuff. And, you know, they do it quietly. They're not trying to get an award or anything. But, you know, it's something I think people really need to be recognized for. So, Andy, thank you for all your hard work here in the community. All right. Okay, my friends. These are the Executive Producers Awards. These are the ones I get to hand out. And, see, I didn't have the helper. How am I getting these things all mixed up? Oh, here they are. That's this. I'm good. They're back here. Are these? They sure are. Them. Oh my goodness. I'm good. Thank you. I'm all set. Yeah, I'm all set. Yeah. Thank you. Y'all think y'all got an ego? You know, you can't be the executive director and not have an ego. You know. All right. Longest running show. Started September the 10th, 2012. This award goes to Mr. Jonathan Small. Believe it or not, y'all, he's the real reason you all have a show. Jonathan. Jonathan would call me. Got anyone on Jonathan's phone call list? All right. Jonathan will call you like 6, 7 times a day. And Jonathan is, come on over here, Jonathan. Because I'm going to talk about all y'all. Jonathan is unique. Because, you know, your average phone times out at 3 minutes. And Jonathan doesn't really want to talk to you. He wants you to know what's on his mind. So he pre-records the message and leaves the message on the phone. I said, now, you know, he calls me every day. He hooks me up with all these conversations. He can package and pre-record a whole radio show in 3 minutes. I said, Jonathan needs to have his own show. And so Jonathan had the first show. And he would come down to the house and do what was the small report. It was only 15 minutes. Well, that led to the next show, which led to the next show, which led to the next show, and now there are 30 different shows. And it's all Jonathan's fault. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the longest running show, Jonathan Small. All right, now, I don't know how many Arjo got for the most views. But you know, Arjo we had to lock out. We have a running total on the network, and we had to shut it down and make it every 7 days, because otherwise Arjo's show would have been the only show that would show up in the shows that were most watched. But there's 2 ways that we track shows. And YouTube numbers are different than the accesstv.org numbers. And the show with the most YouTube views, that was not mine, got 11,832 views. It was recorded on November the 29th, 2014. And it was Make It Happen with Pamela Wright. I know she's shocked. You had the #1 show on the network in terms of views. It was the episode where Racine came up, and you had the cartoonist.
That's right.
Okay.
I remember that. Oh my gosh. Wow. Thanks, Racine. I tell you, I hope she comes back again. Thank you, Stan. And wow, and the other cartoon 2 gentlemen that I met. I can't remember their names right now, but anyway, I thank them too. So, geez, that's interesting. Thanks.
All right. YouTube is funny the way they do their show metrics. You know, I won't bore you with technobabble. All right. The #1 show on the network in terms of #1 show in most views. Why do you think it was Arjo? Take March the 3rd, 2014, with 1,275 views, Arjo went.
Listen, I'm not even gonna talk about me. I wanna tell y'all my Jonathan story. When I was on city council, I used to do a show called Get Hip and Get a Grip, because that's where we all, started when I met Stan and Nyesha, because Nyesha used to be behind the camera, and Desharia was like my co-host. She was like about 4 or 5 years old. Jonathan would call in every single show. And I'm like, Jonathan, are you following me? Because then when I went to KND, Jonathan would call in too. And I said, uh-oh, Stan, I think Jonathan's stalking me. No matter what program I go, there's Jonathan. And sure enough, I moved to accesstv.org and there's Jonathan. So, you know, some things are just meant to be. Like Stan said, you know, Jonathan was the inspiration to getting all these shows together. And I appreciate Jonathan because now I know, Stan, why when I kept asking him questions that the response didn't match the question I was asking, because he had pre-taped his part.
Jonathan is like known on all of the radio stations. All of the radio stations. All right, we have 2 more awards, and then our afternoon will be pretty much over. This is like these two are the big. These are the big 2 awards. This one here is the Producer of the Year award. And this year's Producer of the Year goes probably to the one who, you know, I had some people in the beginning tell me that this producer wouldn't really do too good. But I would dare to say, if there's one person in this room that could probably get the President of the United States on his show, it would be Jonathan Small. So, ladies and gentlemen, rise to your feet for the Producer of the Year, Mr. Jonathan Small.
You know, I definitely take a lot of pride in getting this award more than any of the other awards that's out there, you know, because people were saying that they wasn't sure if my show was going to make it. I had some doubts in the beginning. Was I going to be able to get the good producer, to get the good hosts, the good guests on my show? And I guess being a professional phone caller, you know, whatever that you want to call it, it's paid off. You know, you keep on knocking on doors, you keep on trying. But, you know, the fact that this award came from Stan, you know, because he really doesn't give credit out too easy. You really got to be good for Stan to give out credit for something. And I definitely know he has to take a lot of, you know, details into why he's going to give a certain award to a certain person. So definitely I feel thankful. And actually, Joe, for you putting this whole awards event together, that was a good idea for you to be able to do that. And that gives us an opportunity to have this, you know, event and for us to have an opportunity to win something. So definitely give you credit for that. And hopefully next year it could even be a lot better than this year.
All right. Producing shows is difficult. You know, Jonathan first guest was Curtis Robinson. And he said, I think I'd get Curtis Robinson on. He said he'll come on the program, but I had to, you know, he wants us to, those of you that really know me well, you know, he wants us to, you know, come out there and tape his show. I said, what? I said, you tell Curtis that if he wants to be on your show, that he got to come here. Now, if he was going to be on Dennis' house show, he wouldn't tell Channel 3 to come out to his house. All right? Johnny said, well, you know, if, okay, well. So he went and he told him, and Curtis got the first ticket of anyone ever visited me. Because he had parked on the wrong side of the street. And I felt bad because I said, oh, you can park there. They don't pay no attention to that. So I actually gave Curtis the ticket money because I felt bad. Because, you know, got a ticket. Yeah, he took it. He's a millionaire. Now, Chucky, you know better. Chucky taught me nothing is free. Stan, don't give away nothing. I used to bring cheeseburgers to the station. He said, Stan, you get one of them cheeseburgers? Take one, Chucky. Nah, that's wrong, brother. You got to charge me something. That's the first rule of business. Make money off of every transaction. Ask for $1 or something, but don't just give it away free. Yeah, that's I call that Chucky's rule. Yeah, you can't be rich not taking people's money. I'm just joking, Curtis. But you know, I try to tell all of the producers, value your show. It's your show. The people that want to be guests on your show will come to you because you have something that you're offering them, an opportunity to be heard. And quite frankly, in what is now presenting itself as the most powerful medium, social media. So all of you, as my wife said earlier, are at the beginning stages of something really great, because we have a formula that is not like anything else, okay? And we've got all kinds of people watching. So don't be put off by quote unquote low numbers. Because if you check numbers for the networks, their numbers are not high. Because people watch what they want to watch. You don't have a captive audience anymore, like 3 channels, so it's all you're going to watch. There's millions of things that people can listen to, that people can watch. And they're watching you. So as we like to say, it's not how many that watch, it's who watches. And we know who the who is. Okay, so it's very, very important that you all continue to do the great job that you're doing. Now next year, now we were on the other side, but because of the weather situation, we were put on this side, and this side of the house is nice, but the other side of the house is even nicer. And we're going to have this again next year here. Now, I'm not quite sure if it would be in the winter time. We have a habit of doing our stuff in the winter. I don't know where that comes from. It just might be my stubbornness. Why we got to have it in the winter time? Folk, this is a litmus test. I want to see who comes. All right. So now you got a litmus test. Ain't no one there. So have it when it's warm. So, it's hard to get me to change direction. I've been known to be a little stubborn, but now, my children are teaching me how stubborn I am because they're like that, so. Well, that's it, folks. Thanks for joining us. All right, that's Jonathan Small's theme. Okay. We have one more award. And we'll have these same awards next year. Let me tell you a little bit about the award. Those awards really are what the people want to watch. I started to disqualify me out of all of them, but I thought that would be disingenuous and unfair because it would say that the people that voted for me didn't count, and then the totals wouldn't have been real. So I left me in there. But part of it is you all getting it out. Your shows are available. Now next year, we're gonna have, every producer's gonna have a table. And we want you to tell your guests that, we're gonna have an annual event and invite them to the event. Okay? Next year, we're working on 2 things. One is a reality show. It's going to happen. Okay? The other one is a law show. Everyone know who Judge Cofield is? Curtissa Cofield? She's going to be doing a program. She's going to be retiring. We're just waiting for her to retire from the bench. And that show's going to be very interesting. She has a lot to say. So she's looking forward. I got an email from her, and that will forever, therefore, close the door. All right. So after that, that's it. You all that are producers of shows now, from Jim Amon to Lorna to Jonathan. Marcus. See how I treat my friends. Marcus and all of you all that are producers now, that's it. That's it. Anyone wants to get on accesstv.org, they got to come to one of y'all. And you all know how I do. If people call me to get on your show, you already know what I'm going to tell them. I don't get involved in the guests. You need to talk to the producers, because people try and do end run. They try and do an end run around you and all that kind of stuff. That don't work with us, okay? They want to get on your show. I don't know who your guests are going to be until they get to the house. I said this to all of you privately. I say it to all of you publicly. I'm very transparent. There's only 5 people not welcome at my house. They should know who they are. So if you ask them to be on the show, they should tell you, I don't think Stan gonna let me in his house. They know who they are. Most of them is affiliated with a former television station I used to work for. But they know who they are. All right, so they shouldn't be trying to get to the house. I don't hold grudges, but sometimes things are personal. You got to make it personal. This just is what it is. All right. But last year, this time, we launched our new website. This year, we have an app. Now, I know everyone in here does not have the app on their phone. So take your phone out. Everyone got a phone? See, this is what you have to do to all your friends. In your URL, you type MOB. Everyone know what the URL is, right? Okay. mob.accesstv.org. And that'll take you to an online application, for your phone. And you can watch us right there, or you can actually go and download it from the Google Play Store. It is free. It won't cost you anything. Okay? You got an iPhone? You know how I feel about Apple. Apple wants $100 just to apply for an app grant. Apple's like, now I'm gonna get you the Apple. I'm gonna get you the Apple. That's a Mac man right there, folks. That's a Mac man. Okay, so if you have an Android phone, you got an Android? That's a split family. Yeah. All right, my wife's a Republican, I had to throw that out there. I'm sorry. But I love her. It's, So don't, all Republicans aren't bad. And I'm a recovering Republican. accesstv.org. mob.accesstv.org. And then you'll have it on your phone. Or you can download the app. But what I want you all to do is start telling your friends about the app. All right? So this time next year, we can have a minimum of 5,000 people with this app on their phone. Okay? MOB for mobile. mob.accesstv.org. And that's the best way to watch accesstv.org. It's got all kinds of stuff on there. So you just explore it in your spare time. Okay? We're getting ready to do real big pushing the network in terms of publicity. Dressler Law is going to be sponsoring one of our newest shows called Building Minds Forever with Brandon Frame. And we're really going to push the network forward. So there's going to be a lot of television ad time purchased to push accesstv.org. And so that means the spotlight will be on everybody's show, because every show represents the whole network. And so when people come to the network, they want to see what else is there. So, keep doing the great job that you're doing. Okay? All right. In closing, this is the big one. This is the Executive Producers Award for dedication to the greater Hartford community. Most popular on-air personality goes to All Politics is Local, R. Joe Wench. The numbers speak for themselves, folks. Yeah, right? So let's have a hand for our Joe Wench.
Oh man, see Jonathan, I got you on that one. Oh wow. Let me tell you. Wow, most popular, oh my. I never thought of myself as being most popular. But let me just interrupt what we're doing here to just sidetrack for a minute. Lorna Little is here from Lorna's Corner, and I will tell you that Lorna has a book, and maybe this is why I'm popular, because I support everybody. I don't care what you're doing, I support you. Even when it doesn't benefit me, I still support. And Lorna wrote a book that was so touching, I swear it's like really emotional for me, that I started reading the book, and Barbara will attest to it, Phyllis will attest to it. Once I started reading it, I couldn't stop, because it was so relative to so many children's lives that we live with, and stories that children don't tell you. So, and she had to actually wait until a certain time. I don't want to blow the story, to even tell the story, to even let the story be written. And if you have not ever, delved into things that are going on with children in foster care, children who are adopted, children who are just lost out there and don't know where they belong to, you need to read this. It's called Mum's the Word. And I mean, the title is so fitting for the story. And Lorna didn't ask me to do this, but it's just a part of what I do. And when we talk about everything that's political, and all politics is local, when you talk about DCF and other agencies coming inside and taking people's children, that's a political issue. Because you elect those people to sit up there and determine who needs to keep their child. And that's my granddaughter back there in that pink sweater, and I tell everybody in this room, I don't put my kids around people I don't trust. And if you ever out in the street and you see that one going wrong, you check that. Because that's gonna help me, and it's gonna help her. And if more of us did that, our kids wouldn't be going to prison today. So I want all of you to support Lorna. She's a local artist. You have got to read this book. It's called Mum's the Word, and it's Mum for a reason. So I want to thank y'all for this award, but I had to do that because it's just a part of who I am and what I do. Thank you.
Well, all the producers, please stand up. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, give our producers a big hand. Evelyn Richardson, Virginia Patiller, Lorna Little, Arjo Wench, Dr. Helen Newton, Pamela Wright, Marcus Jarvis, Jonathan Small, Cleo DuBright, and of course, Daryl Fitzgerald. And those are only a handful of them. That's about half of them. Of course, my wife, Nyesha. God bless you for coming. There's peach cobbler. Don't eat any of it because I'm going to take it home. I like peach. I likes peach cobbler. All right. God bless you all. And we'll look forward to seeing you next year. And I think, do you have books? Okay, Lorna has books, and you need to come up to her and talk to her. She had a really, really great book signing, and you can see it on accesstv.org as well. God bless you for coming. Thank you. Can I have all of the producers come up, please, for a group shot? Can we have a special hand for Arjo? Because she put this event on. I mean, this was really her idea.